Every year during the holiday season, firefighters deal with celebrations and decorations gone wrong, leading to a lot of preventable injuries. Lieutenant Jonathan Baxter is with the San Francisco Fire Department, and he is joining us with some advice. Jonathan, the new year right around the corner. That means illegal fireworks, unfortunately. What are your thoughts on that?
Well, thank you for having me, and Happy New Year's and Happy Holidays. So my thoughts on fireworks being illegal. Illegal is a brazen term. So let's put it into perspective. Fireworks are very dangerous. So they're illegal for that specific reason. And they're not only dangerous to us as individuals, they're dangerous to property, neighborhoods, and communities. So you take a single firework and let's say, it blows up in your hand and you lose a finger or two. That's going to be devastating, obviously, for the person who that happened to, as well as their family and the community around, especially children, if it affected a child, or elderly, if it affected an elder individual. That really impacts the family for generations to come. You take that same firework and let's put it into a structure and let's add some sparks to it, and it catches your roof on fire or your garage on fire, and you lose your home. That's obviously devastating for anybody under any circumstances. But let's say that that fire expands to your neighbor's house and then their neighbor's house, and you can potentially lose an entire neighborhood depending on the totality of circumstances around that one firework. This is something that people really don't think about when they're utilizing these, and we're learning as a society as we grow the actual inherent dangers to fireworks. In my 30-year career as a firefighter, I have unfortunately seen individuals who have succumbed to injuries from fireworks. I've seen families devastated from losing their homes, and I've seen neighborhoods devastated from losing 2 to 3 homes. All of that within one person's 30-year career as a firefighter. So you expand that across the nation, and you can see that this is definitely a problem. But it's a problem that we could prevent through proper education. There's other items that we can do in lieu of fireworks to enjoy our holiday seasons. And we are recommending that you plan now with your specific family, and this is going to be a little tricky this year because we're also planning in COVID-19 health restrictions, which are also in place to help prevent injury or death. Together, we can prevail and we can have a wonderful new year. But we need to make sure that we're doing this with safety in mind.
All right, let's talk a little bit about some of the safety inside the home. I know you have problems every year stemming from people's heaters. What should we be watching out for there?
So let's start from the beginning. Christmas is over. We've got all our awesome toys and our amazing gifts from our loved ones. Your holiday decorations are up. Now, traditionally, a lot of families will have a holiday tree. And the holiday tree has usually been up for 30 days or more. And if it's been watered, which we're hoping you're watering your tree every day, or not, that's going to impact how dry it is. So you take a dry Christmas tree or a holiday tree, you have a space heater because it's cold in San Francisco, especially during December. And that heater, let's say we're not really sure how far away from the tree to put it. So you put it next to you, and that just happens to be a foot away from your tree. The radiant heat, the heat that's coming off of that heater, can actually cause that tree to erupt into flames from that heat transfer. So what we're asking, number one, is try to remove your tree as soon as possible. If you're in San Francisco, Recology will pick up your trees for free. That's our garbage and disposal services. So I'm encouraging our extended viewers outside of San Francisco to look now to your city services or county services and find out how you can dispose of your tree and when and how to do it safely. We have guidelines set in San Francisco. You can call 311 in San Francisco to ask those questions. And I know that our neighboring counties have the same guidelines in place as well. Now let's go back to the heater topic. The heater topic is extremely important. We see a lot of fires that are a result of heaters. Now, in San Francisco, we have lots of older homes that have water-based heating systems. Some of them work, some of them don't, which leads to us going out and getting our own individual space heater. And we love them. I love them because it keeps you warm. But we have to make sure that we're following the instructions on the specific unit that you purchase to follow the safety guidelines established to it. Now, some universal safety precautions for any space heater. Keep it 3 feet away at a minimum from any walls, any other surfaces other than the floor, your couch, your tables. You want it to be away from those areas at least 3 feet. That allows that radiant heat to dissipate to warm up your room, not warm up a specific item that can potentially catch on fire. Plug that unit directly into its own outlet. So an outlet's going to be on your wall. It usually has 2 outlets associated to it. A power strip is going to be something that's plugged into that outlet that has multiple outlets in it. We don't want you to plug your floor or space heater into a power strip. That could overload the power strip. That power strip can heat up, and that could actually lead to a fire as well. And lastly, with space heaters, if you have small children or pets, you want to make sure that they're placed in a position where there's a safety barrier or measures in place to make sure that your children or your pets are not getting too close to them because they could become burnt from simply touching them.
Yeah. Any other advice when it comes to pets?
So pet safety is extremely important. And if you've seen me before on other media events, I refer to pets as our extended family members in San Francisco. We've come to a realization that we love our pets in San Francisco. And we actually have had fires where people have said, my child is in the house. And we now ask, is your child a pet or a human, a boy or a girl? And we get a lot of times, it's my cat, it's my dog, it's my parrot, whatever it is. So they're family members, and we want to make sure that our family members are safe and secure. So with your decorations, make sure you're removing them after the holidays so that your pets can't eat them, choke on them, get ill from them by touching them. Your floor heaters or your space heaters, again, make sure that you have some safety barriers up or keep the pets out of the area that you're utilizing your space heater in during that time. Candles, believe it or not, pets could get curious. They'll see the flickering of the flame. They'll go up. They can knock the candle down. That candle can catch their fur on fire, whether it's a cat, dog, or other furry animal. And that can lead to serious injuries or death for your pet. And it can also lead to a fire within your house. When we're talking about candles in San Francisco, we recommend utilizing battery-powered candles or lighting devices for that. But we understand that there's religious traditions with lighted candles. So if you are using candles, please use them cautiously, keep them away from flammable materials, and never, ever leave them unattended. Simply blow the candle out if you're leaving the room and relight it when you re-enter the room.
All right. Yeah. So a lot of these accidents are happening basically when people go to bed.
You know, we see a lot of these incidences when people go to bed, and we all become complacent. We're having a great time. It's the end of the holidays. We're going into the New Year's. Maybe we've enjoyed some traditional spirits for the night. We're exhausted, and we leave the space heater plugged in, and we leave the candles lit. And you're sleeping, and now what do you do if you have a fire? So, first of all, let's try to remember that if you are going to be getting into a position where you might be enjoying spirits, you might be getting exhausted, and you might pass out at the end of the evening, make sure that you have a plan to unplug your heaters before that and blow out your candles before that. It's very important because those could lead to serious injuries, property damage, or death. Make sure that you have a plan to get out of your house, no matter what the circumstances are. This can happen to anybody in a normal circumstance on a normal day with no holidays involved. If you have a fire in your house and you wake up, hopefully you have a working smoke alarm and it's sounding and it's alarming. Now you know I need to go to my front door. My front door is blocked from the fire. I have planned, so I know I have a second route, which is my bedroom window. So I'm going to go through my bedroom window. And you get out, you take your phone and you call 911. If your phone's still in the house, you go to a neighbor's house, or you just simply yell very loud, help, call 911, my house is on fire. Do not re-enter your house. Even if you think you have a loved one or a pet still in the house, in San Francisco, our response time is usually between 3 to 6 minutes to any given emergency for a fire, and we will get there. And the best way to get somebody saved is to be our point of contact. Firefighters, hello, there's a person stuck on the second floor in the rear bedroom on the right side of the house. Please save him. We will make that our priority, and we will go save that individual.
Okay, really good advice on all of it. Lieutenant Jonathan Baxter with the San Francisco Fire Department. We appreciate it.